Welcome. In a moment, you will meet someone who will take you on a mysterious journey from all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome.
I'm James Hollywood Machikari, and welcome to the Biker Angle. And welcome to this edition of the Biker Angle, 9/28 of 2018. Thanks for everyone joining us, and what a show we got today for you. Not only are we going to talk about Iron Order Truth Crew, we're going to be talking about, we're going to have a little response to Chucky's with Backroad Bikers. He did a podcast. We're kind of going back and forth with the cop deal and shit like that. But later on, we'll talk about the spectacle that happened yesterday during the judiciary hearing of Kavanaugh. But, you know, that kind of stuff I'll keep towards the end of the video. That way, you know, if you guys want to say, fuck off, I don't want to hear about that kind of shit, you know, just turn off the video at that point. But, you know, I know we're bikers and stuff, but we got to be involved in what's going on around us, man. We're not like this isolated fucking culture out there and shit that we're not supposed to be talking about shit that pisses on somebody's Wheaties. But let's get to Chuck. Now, there's one thing that you guys got to understand about Chuck. And I see it all the time over the internet. I actually got a lot of freaking, emails that I actually didn't fucking put up on YouTube because you guys went all crazy and shit on the guy. I let everybody talk, man. I let both opinions come out. And the reason why I do that is so we can have a debate. But emailing in, fuck Chuck this, fuck Chuck that, you know, what kind of debate is that? Really? That ain't a debate. Chuck's opinionated. Now, I know he has problems with other YouTube creators and shit. That's between them. Insane Throttle is here to present the news, and if the YouTube especially is a place where I like debating at, because like I say, I actually don't let a lot of people into the YouTube stuff. I go through and, you know, check everything out, and if they're going to be involved in the channel, and then you debate. You know, if not, you know, like I said, there's like 32,000, 33,000 followers over on our Facebook page. You know, we get 1.2 million worldwide on our HarleyLiberty.com. So, you know, you're not going to get that many people debating. So that's why I kind of like the YouTube channel. So, yeah, Chuck, he likes cops. Let's get to it, you know. He has stuff against bikers clubs. And, you know, I don't need you guys in here emailing, well, he's just pissed off because some incident that happened in a Harley dealership with a club or some shit. Again, Insane Throttle is in the facts. I don't care. I haven't watched a video. I don't care about his personal shit. The debate was, it had to do with cops and the way bikers look at cops. Now, some of the points he made on his podcast, you know, I listened to some of them. And one thing struck me that he said on the podcast, and that was something about the Elks Club. You know, you wouldn't consider them being, you know, criminals if one or two of their people, you know, did it. And you mentioned that, you know, well, they don't always do it, so that's why I don't consider them, you know, criminals. But that's kind of hypocritical, because you're out there backing the cops, Chuck, and the cops alone are worse than any bikers. I've said it time and time again. For every crime that a clubber does, a cop does. Now, for example, and let me pull this up real quick. Just this week, and this is just after 5 minutes on Google looking for the stories. Just 5 minutes. Just looking, and let's see here, 2 from Philly. let's see, another one from your neck of the woods. But, here's some of the headlines. Will jailed ex-Philly cop Paul Nell have a preliminary hearing in a murder case? He's up for murder. A Trenton cop, well, he was arrested on child sex charges. Another one. Well, here we go again. They just caught another cop, just this week, trying to board a plane to Taiwan because he's accused of sex crimes. Well, here we go again with Philly. 2 Philly cops were arrested Wednesday and charged with illegally detaining a man during a traffic stop. And, of course, there's some out of Tallahassee where one's under investigation for planting drugs. So your argument don't hold up as far as this elk shit. Or your argument is, well, if they're doing crime constantly, they're considered a gang or a criminal. What I just told you. For everything a freaking clubber does, a cop does. It's just that plain and simple. I just found, 4 cases or some shit of cops after a 5-minute Google search doing something equal or worse than club members do. Basically what it comes down to is you got your blue gang, you got your bikers. Now, with Chuck, I don't know where he comes from on his way of thinking, but the way I come on my way of thinking on this subject is I grew up with the bullshit. I've seen it time and time again. And cops are no gods, and they sure to hell ain't out there wanting to fucking slap dicks with you. So, I know we had some other arguments on this thing, and shit like that. I'll probably have him on Motorcycle Madhouse, because I want to debate Chuck. This would be a good debate subject. But, again, when people are in the comment section or shit like that, you guys actually try to have a debate instead of fucking, hey, fuck this guy this, fuck that guy that. Base it on facts when you're going to debate shit, man. I know freaking a lot of people don't like the way Chuck fucking talks, or don't like the way the fucking he acts, or, all that bullshit. But again, as far as Insane Throttle's concerned, you gotta base it on facts. Get both sides, and then let it be done. So, I know he has a load more on his freaking podcast, and like I said, I'll bring him on Motorcycle Madhouse. We've had him on once in the beginning when the show started, so we'll have him on again. We'll get into all this debate shit, but try keeping it freaking civil at least, man. I know I swear a lot on this freaking video and shit. I'm a fucknut sometimes myself, but at least try to debate like normal fucking people, man. Just because the dude says one thing, don't take it fucking personally, man. That's the problem with everybody. Everybody wants to take shit personally. And this is just a fucking debate channel. And, let's just go from there. Like I said, I'll put the offer out to Chuck and shit, because like I said, I'm kind of time restrained on this shit, because I wanted to talk about IOTC. Now, those who don't know who IOTC is, it's the Iron Truth Crew, or Iron Order Truth Crew. It's on Facebook. It's a biker truth crew site. And recently, they went from 8,000 guys, I think it was, or 8,000 people on their Facebook page, to getting shut down by Facebook because they were exposing pedophiles and all these fake motherfuckers out there in clubs. Now, freedom of speech, it don't exist on Facebook. That's why you see a lot of places freaking have 2 or 3 different Facebook pages, because you got to work your way around this fake Facebook shit. Like our main Facebook, Insane Throttle, is actually for videos of the lifestyle, memes, shit like that. The fun stuff in the biker world. That's where, all the 33,000 people go. And we just started another page, and I think we're already up to, like 900 and something after a day or so, or whatever the fuck it was. That's where all our news articles are going to go flying to. That's put out with Insane Throttle BikerNews.com from Harley Liberty. Is because we want to kind of separate that shit. Because you get a lot of guys, that don't like the story or something, they're already crying and whining in the fucking Facebook, and then you got to deal with all that bullshit and all that crap. But let's get back to IOTC. IOTC is providing a hell of a service. They're letting people know what's going on in the biker community. This is shit that we never used to have in the early 90s and shit right up to a couple years ago. You know, everybody had to hear about people from the street. You had guys going from Cali to Chicago to New York, and you never fucking could verify hardly unless you got the PIs on their asses. If they're out bad from a club and shit like that. Now with the internet, that's one thing I do like about the internet, is you can find out anything on the internet about anybody, let me tell you, because it's important. And it's important to know, especially in the club life, who you're fucking dealing with. You know, IOTC's had people exposed. There was one guy who was with 6, 7 different fucking clubs, you know, in a 6-month period, and they're mostly these pop-up clubs. And pop-up clubs, you know, we won't get into that, but I wanted to get the word out on IOTC. Yes, Insane Throttle supports them. Yes, we have their banner up on our HarleyLiberty.com website. We've had them up for, I don't know, it had to be last year or so. You know, it might be shorter, 6 months, whatever the time is, we've had it up there. And yeah, we know some of the guys behind it. No, we're not fucking releasing who's behind it. I can tell you there's club guys there and ex-club guys there. That's all I'm going to tell you about it. But, you know what? They're reliable. I know they're reliable shit. I got some of the stuff I get from them, you know, as far as news stories and shit. Because I know they check them out, then I check them out, and it's reliable. So, IOTC serves a purpose in this community. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, what they're doing is getting clubs to fight against each other. No, they're fucking not. Where do you see that? You know, what I see is them exposing clubs that are pop-ups, man. They're out there exposing clubs that are taking fucking pedophiles in. And knowing they're pedophiles, man, because it's not hard to do a little background check and, you know, a little $10 or shit, even free to jump on the internet and see somebody's on a sex offenders list. Actually, it should be part of your fucking initial background before you even let them hang around you. But clubs today, they don't know what the... I was going to say they don't know what the fuck they're doing. The majors do, and the ones that have been around forever do. But these pop-up clubs, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about, man. They really fucking don't. You know, they go out there, they buy these fucking patches, put them on, and don't even give a fuck who they got with them, man. You know, a fucking MC was supposed to be about a family. Now, are you going to have some sex fucking addict or sex predator or one of them cocksuckers around one of your kids? No. I won't. You know what? I got all my kids and I got grandbabies. You think I'm really going to have one of them motherfuckers around me? A sex offender's worse than a goddamn rat in my fucking eyes, man. You know, even though you got the rat over here, you gotta put a couple bullets in. Sex offenders, though, fuck that, man. Go medieval on them motherfuckers. Take a couple days, tear out their fucking guts, you know, everything. Make them live through all that bullshit. They pass out, wake them back up to go through some more. That's what I fucking think of a sex offender. And it used to be all clubs thought that way. And I still think the majors do. You know, I still think the ones that have been around a long time do. But these pop-up clubs, man, they don't do the basic bullshit. Now, IOTC, Iron Order Truth Crew, has exposed time and time and time again these kind of clubs. And by the way, a lot of people, well, why they called Iron Order Truth Crew? Well, they were exposing Iron Order for whatever shit they were doing. And the reason why I call them IOTC is because I think they've gone beyond that now. I think they've got actually into the journalistic type of shit. And they're out there trying to make a difference. So that's why I call them IOTC. Personally, I think they should go by IOTC, you know, because their brand is really up and coming, man. And everybody knows about them. But after this shit happened with them getting taken down, because what happens on Facebook, you get about 10, 15 guys together, they start spreading all the bullshit, and Facebook shuts the page down. Well, that's what happened to IOTC. So now they got to all start over again. So if you're watching this, go over to their page, Iron Order Truth Corner, or no, Iron Order Truth page, and it's the original one. Go subscribe or follow with them, man. I'm telling you, a lot of good information over there. Besides that, this is where you might want to cut it off if you don't like fucking politics. But today, after watching that freaking hearing about this judge, now people are saying, well, why are you watching that? Why are you supporting the judge? Because you can't stand cops. You got to remember how important the Supreme Court really is in this country. It's a difference between keeping your gun rights and not keeping your gun rights. See, liberals, they can't win at the polls because nobody buys into the bullshit. And after today, after seeing that hearing, I don't think a lot of people are going to buy into their bullshit no more. And you got to give Lindsey Graham a freaking high five for the way he handled that shit in the Supreme Court, man. Or the hearing, because goddamn did he go off and let them know what it was. He was being for real. For once, a politician being for real. But the Supreme Court, anyway, the Supreme Court is one of the most important things that we're going to have to do as American citizens. That's why a lot of people voted for Trump. Because they knew if they voted for Hillary, we'd be going down the socialist fucking avenue right now, man. Our guns would be taken. Our speech would be taken for those who are religious. And, oh, by the way, for that guy who you left the Catholic Church because of all the abuse and shit, your faith might have been, not as good as it was. Man, fuck you, dude. Just straight up fuck you. I know you're a subscriber or who the hell you are. But my faith is strong, and I only answer to the man upstairs. I don't answer to any goddamn man on this face of this planet, man. So, no, yeah, I'm not Catholic no more, man, after all that bullshit. I was raised in that shit, but, hey, I don't need somebody who's a fucking little pedophile motherfucker telling me what's up, you know. But anyway, I ain't even getting on that subject, but I just want to say, hey, fuck you, dude. But let's get back to the Supreme Court. So, that's how important this is going to be. Call your senators. Tell them to fucking vote for this dude. And if I was a woman, I'd be pissed off right now, man. Because they had this broad up there freaking testifying, talking about some brain bullshit. She fucked in the head, man, let me tell you. She couldn't even remember 2 weeks ago things was happening, and she wants us to believe she knows what happened 30 years ago. That's just bullshit. And I'd be pissed off if I was a woman. Now, I got daughters, I got granddaughters and shit. And you're damn well right, something happened to them. They better make sure that the story's right, because after the story's right, fuck that jury, we going out for a hanging. But, in normal circumstances with normal people, you're going to go to the jury and shit like that. But anyway, you at least want, and it reminded me of this Clarence Thomas bullshit. What was it, 27 years ago the Democrats tried this bullshit on him? And today, well, the FBI needs to investigate. The FBI needs to investigate. Motherfuckers, you had over 2 months for that bullshit. Be real. Americans are sick of your politics. They're sick of your lies and your bullshit. Everybody sees through it now. Well, except everybody but tree huggers, because they dumb anyway. They like being led around. That's why they like socialism so much. But it was a farce today, and it was it was sad. It was sad to see what the hell they can do with a guy. And you remember, guys, man, they can do that shit with you if you're at work or you're in a high-profile bullshit. You know, personally, I've always worked for my fucking self, but say you're a CEO or you're even a fucking manager of a place. Fucking broad, hey, he did this to me, he did that to me. Can you imagine not being able to fight for your name because you had a bunch of other fucking idiots out there saying, well, he's the one who has to prove it wrong, not her. This motherfucker made the allegation. But this dude has to make sure he clears his fucking name. Man, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. But anyway, everybody, thanks for buying the book, New Age of Biking Brotherhood. There's a link at the bottom that you can get it. Love all the sales. Thank you. All that money goes into Motorcycle Madhouse. Also, this week, Saturday on Motorcycle Madhouse, it'll be right here on YouTube, we got Wilson. He's going to be coming up from Wilson's Letter. That's his last name, by the way. Talk about the experience with the Vagos and shit like that. And again, we got Brian Duvall from BIC coming on. But I'll have an invitation out to Chuck. We'll get a little episode going. And we'll debate a little bit, going back and forth. I didn't have time really to hit all subjects with what he brought up and shit. But with that, really appreciate you guys coming on. And keep that throttle cracked wide open. Enjoy the fall coming up. It's already getting dark at 7 o'clock. Can you believe that bullshit? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Enjoy your day and be careful.